Wellbeing, and welcome back to the Common Connection Project. Join me, Ryan Field,
and Bailey Carney
around the virtual campfire as we dive into the culture of Aboriginal storytelling and wisdom.
Get ready to hear incredible journeys and life lessons straight from the heart of the community.
Wellbeing, everyone, and welcome back to another episode 3 on the Common Connection Project. Today we will be, interviewing some of their men from our Girinura men's group, gain some insight around what we do.
Yes, sir. Well, I hope everyone tuning in as well. In today's episode, like Ryan said, we're giving you a little bit of insight into our Girinura men's group, but just touch on some of our highlights from our most recent excursion in November. But without further ado, welcome Brett and Owen.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
So, Owen, first men's group was a 2-day workshop we did here. Was Thursday, Friday. So Thursday we did a cultural artefact workshop, making some clapsticks. How'd you find that?
Yeah, with the workshop, firstly, usually as a, practically white fella, they usually wouldn't let me next to power tools without, SOPs, training and disclaimers. So it was nice that we just organically rip right into it.
Yeah.
The artifact workshop was, obviously I've never made the clapsticks, and as an outsider coming in, I did not really understand the significance of it, and that was really great that I think Elder Meso,
Uncle Meso,
Uncle Meso was really explaining the yarn around them and really teaches us the story around what they mean. How they are coming on a journey with us, and what we put into them becomes the value in it. Otherwise, they're just sticks, just wood. But I love how I start grinding into it, and after I think about half an hour, 45 minutes, I thought I was done. And then your uncle came over and took a look at them and just go, "It's a bit rough, mate."
Rough around the edges, mate.
and then he was just really just teaching is how much love and effort you put into it. That's where the value comes from. And I love the whole concept of the workshop. Ultimately, look, we men are just terrible at talking to each other. I mean, if you tell us to, let's have a chat over tea, we'll just be staring at each other, blankly. But I think by giving us some power tools to grind away that quiet time, I think just forces us to think and reflect.
Most definitely.
And then we can all just sit around and talk about our clapsticks, how big they are, how long, and then have a really good, and everything else, come out with it. That's how you build connections and friendships. We're there for each other.
It's crazy when you start to make them too, how much you don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Like even when we called out for lunch and, the fella's like, tools up, everyone's there still trying to grind to the last minute.
Time absolutely flies as well when you're doing it.
Yeah, I think you actually really do learn to love it once you put that love in it.
Yeah.
Did you end up finishing on the day? Yeah.
I finished a version of it, but once again, it's like one of those things you can keep working on because the angle's not quite right, the color's not quite right. I want to get just extra few millimeters in, but we'll wrap up there for now.
Yeah.
I'll probably go home and keep sanding.
How about you? Were you there for the...
Yeah, I was there, but I didn't do any of the clapsticks. I was more or less finishing my my dig. That's a love-hate relationship.
How you been finding that?
Frustrating. Because every time I feel like I'm very close, it's a hole appears in the middle. The mouthpiece breaks or something like that. So my plan is to finish it next year, but I'm
long process.
Almost at the finish line.
Maybe you're not showing it enough love.
Yeah, I think I rushed it, to be honest, and like you said, I was more or less more focused on finishing it than actually taking my time with it. So with the grinder, I've
enjoying the journey of making it.
Put a couple of holes in it.
Yeah.
So we had some good ones come out of it and saying that, but I know Kane has done up a dig with one of the young fellas there, but he's got some clapsticks as well in there.
Yeah.
I'm on my second pair of clapsticks.
Madness.
Yeah, I'll get some clapsticks.
Gets a bit addictive when you make them. So just before we jump into our day 2, for those that don't know, our Girinura in Darkinjung language means men's place. we are a men's group on the Central Coast. We cover from Lake Palmyra all the way down the peninsula down there. And we're just reconnecting and building men back on Dark and Jungle country, incorporating Aboriginal culture into it. And just getting men, like you said, Erwin, to come in and talk about topics that people seem to avoid or hide from. So the outcomes we've been getting is pretty phenomenal. So that's a little bit about the men's group. But day 2, fellas, big shout out to Polaris, Max, Jacob and Tahi for running us through that trauma workshop there up at Redhead. How'd you just find that?
Well, with the men's group, I mean, firstly, almost felt like you guys on purposely kept me somewhat in the dark. All I knew was there was an ice bath, and I got to be terrified about it for a whole week.
Yeah.
I don't even like cold water in any sense. So I mean, you told me it was going to include your men's group. There's a trauma workshop. Now, when you tell people like me, there's a workshop, our image is, all right, so we're going to sit there, we're going to listen to someone with a whiteboard, we're going to have cupcakes for at tea. That's what workshops look like for us. But no, that wasn't what the men's group was. It was it's obvious. Once again, I was an outsider there, but I never felt like an outsider. As soon as I walked in, I'm just part of the men's group. And everyone was exceptionally warm and inclusive. They were very generous in the sharing. They just lay everything out, and the sharing was very important because we learn from each other. Sharing it heals ourselves. I found, the ice bath at the end of the day was just a gimmick, really. At the
compared
early
to everything else we did, hey?
Yeah, great. I mixed great pictures and videos. I put my video up on my OnlyFans page now. It's gonna go viral. For the record, I was everyone told me I was the absolute funniest to watch.
Oh, without a doubt.
But it was the sharing that was just how we learned the older boys there, just telling us how they how angry they used to be, how much trouble they were in.
Yeah, definitely.
They have now, I guess, walk a better path, and they really want us, the younger fellas, to learn from that, to not, I guess, go down the other paths that they might have been to. There were the younger ones of us who have ultimately unspeakable traumas that we do not see a single trace of it, because everyone has not so much hide it, but I guess everyone has worked out how to manage it. They get on with it. A lot of these people are helping other people. They're in roles that are helping other people, getting on with life, and the strength and resilience was just amazing.
It's awesome. Thanks for that. What about yourself, Brett?
For me, it was probably getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. The ice baths to start off the day. It was already cold outside. No one wanted to jump in, but we did it anyway. And then probably the vulnerable part where we spoke to strangers about something that, we probably haven't told anyone before. So for me, I found that a little bit hard, because I don't like getting vulnerable and telling people stuff that really does affect me mentally. So getting that out there, I think was quite powerful. And then the screaming, I think a few people get shamed, screaming next to people. But, I've done a couple of workshops this year with breath work and scream therapy. And for me, it's just all part of the journey. So each time I do it, I do feel more comfortable, although I don't feel like I'm completely healed from what I am trying to let go of, but it is stepping stones in the right direction. So for me, it was very, it was uncomfortable, but I embrace it because I want to move forward. And like Owen said, these men have buried these traumas for years and years and don't let them out and wonder why they're angry men. So, if you can do it, so can they. So I've enjoyed it. Awesome. That was my experience.
It was quite eye-opening, and like you said, when you're sitting across from another man and they're saying stuff they wouldn't normally say to anyone, that was quite some of it was quite confronting.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't, like, even though they're walking and you know, look like a normal, healthy man, but yet they've got these demons that are just
buried.
Yeah. And then you hear it and you're just like, fucking hell.
And they still turn up, shake your hand and smile.
Yeah.
Would never know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll see some of these men actually have tears in their eyes after screaming or yelling or sitting with whatever it is that they're dealing with. I just think, like, fuck, they're crying in front of men. Like, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Usually it's anger and violence, so I think it's good.
Yeah, I also found after speaking out, there's almost a sense of, I guess, reflection and relief personally. That by sharing, I guess, well, we're trying to help someone by sharing, but it actually really helps ourselves, because to put it into words and then let it actually come out from the deepest core of yourself and articulate it, forces you to think and reflect on what actually came out of this.
Definitely.
Just to shout out too, fellas, it looks like we're all wearing a men's group shirt too.
Yeah.
So yeah, little pose for the camera there. If you probably get a close up on that, but the Brother Boys did this design up earlier
This
last
year.
year. This year.
Oh no, last year, yeah.
Earlier last year there. Had a couple shirts out floating around in community and in the office, but yeah, this is a design.
Yeah, this is what we ended up with.
So if you turn up, you'll get one.
Come to
Yeah.
our groups.
Comes from station.
Bit of merch here. We got our notepads as well.
And the books.
And the books start dropping now, merch.
Maybe a merchandise pack for our members in 2024.
So if no. So Owen, coming in last minute, and you've only been here as a Jarwin Secondi, what is it, 6 weeks?
So I've been at Eleanor Duncan for 5 weeks, a little less, 4.5 weeks. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. So like so there are several of us here, several secondis. Most of them were put in quiet corporate office. No, not me. I was embedded with the Yadaba group for the last 4.5 weeks. Arguably the liveliest group on campus.
Most definitely.
Saying a lot. Your Kim is nominated as the loudest at the institute as well. Once again, yeah, she's a clear winner. But anyway. So being part of the group, once again, you have treated me as a brother from the moment get go. Trying to drag me to the gym classes. Making sure that before I leave, I can pump at least 100 kilograms or something. Which is twice my body weight. So I mean, there was by being embedded in the unit, I think that's where the deep understanding actually came from. I mean, I'm a data, I guess I'm a scientist, so I was doing a literature review of your surface. That was what I was doing here. Like reading about things. I have read so many things by the world experts and this and that. I learned so much more from just sitting there for
5 weeks
for a few weeks. How you guys actually deliver the care. It is so personalized and so compassionate. It's about you knowing your clients, reaching out. Which one has might have transport problem, which one might not wake up early. You know the nitty gritty detail. You have a really good trusting relationship with your clients, and that is how the care has to be delivered. So just by being embedded, just really learning how you approach that was the I guess greatest gift and learning I have.
Yeah, I take a hat off to you as well. Coming into a space like this, and being a part of not just the Yadawa team but Eleanor Duncan itself is quite. What are we up to? 32 different programs now.
Yeah, it's massive.
We're getting huge, and I think, and that's the thing. I just want to see what it was like for you being not from this country, not from the community, but just coming in and just pretty much diving head first into like the men's groups, the social groups, the team, and what we do here. So just hearing that's pretty kudos to you, the Yadaba team and yourself, bro.
Yeah, we took good care of him.
Yeah. Always make sure you come back one day too.
Oh, yeah.
Always welcome.
Yeah, I mean, initially, before we came in, being once again outside that we like read all the things about you need to be careful what you say, or you might offend and etc. Or you need to pay the highest respect to your elders and leaders, etc. etc. There's a whole list of protocols. Our company sends us guidance and etc. Look, ultimately, you guys are the warmest bunch of people. All of those are pretty rubbish at the end of the day. I think this is where the truth and understanding comes from. You just need to be there and actually
experience it, yeah.
Talking, be on country with community. That's kind of where it comes from. You guys are absolutely merciless at your elders. So, and no one was a single bit offended. And what I've really, I think, appreciate is we thought there would be so much differences, and it's going to be guarded. There will be barriers. We won't understand each other. We're so similar to each other at the end of the day. We went fishing the other day. You guys took us out with the clients, and and I probably was telling everyone I was fishing in the Hawkesbury River with some of the owners of Darkinjong country. You would think we would catch some fish, which so just once again screaming out loud that we are so similar to each other. When the fish don't come, it doesn't come for anyone.
Yeah, flatty holes.
Couldn't even catfish. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Never again.
Just only get flatheads. That's about it. Yeah. Well, what was it? What do you think? One of the most eye-opening things I know you were saying, like, your bosses and that were giving you like this protocol around what to look out for, what to be, mindful of. Was that more daunting coming into the service and then being here?
Initially there would be just a slight touch of wariness. But ultimately, really, from the first smile and handshake, I think we know where we are. I think it was quite obvious. We are in an incredible community and safe space. Something that is really different here, and this is, I guess, what I appreciate once I've been here is I did most of my schooling here, so I've been living in Sydney, our Camarago country, for the last 37 years. Did all of my high school here. Of course, we learn about the Aboriginal people, the culture, and etc. And we learn it from media. But it's really, once you are part of the community, you actually learn how important culture and community, and that how you live every moment of that through everything you guys do. There are kids running around the institute, and they're always someone looking out for them. Everything just happens organically. It's not like we have to organize a childcare cage somewhere. Everything just happens community. So that's kind of what I've learned.
Yeah, pretty much that holistic approach. How about you, bro? What's it been like working with this young, stunning man over here?
Oh, it's been good, like you said, from the first handshake, open arms. You can have a joke. Like you said, there was so many rules, being respectful and all that, but I think it was recuperated. So on equal terms, and it just flowed. It just it worked. And some of the Jarwin Scondies jumped in the classes, even though I couldn't get him benching 100 kilos, but he still come out and had a look and seen how it all runs.
Yeah.
So no, it was good, and I feel like not only just Elwyn, but everyone else that does or has come here from Jarwin, look, they've all popped their head in. They've all acknowledged that we're all here together and working for the same purpose. But yeah, everyone's friendly, I think, right across the board.
Yeah, I guess just shifting back to men's group, for you, Erwin, with your involvement in the group, like, how has it contributed to your understanding of mental health in the community? And I guess you could answer that for your clients as well, Brad. Like, what do you see going on there?
Do you want to go first? Or
yes. Once again, as a scientist, I've done all the readings. But with the powerful sharing on the day, and also just other less intense things, so just us having a yarn in a circle, once again showing off our clapsticks and whatnot. it was quite clear what intergenerational trauma is, how its disadvantage is so embedded that we need to. I just kind of hope or wish more people would actually appreciate and understand how long that has been entrenched by past and ongoing policies and racism, and how long that has been going on, and how entrenched that is, and to have the appreciation and them understanding how long this must take for us to walk back out the other end, and how much more effort we must put in so that we can walk out of that entrenched ravine practically. So I think with that sharing, that's kind of what it's like when you look at a picture of the Grand Canyon, you say, oh, well, it looks big and deep. When you're actually there and see it and feel it, it's like, that looks freaking scary to fall in. That's how deep I think I appreciated by being part of that sharing.
That's how you say. What about for you, Brad? Like when you see it with your clients?
One would probably be more sense of belonging and connection. A lot of the men from the men's group aren't necessarily from country, so connecting and being part of the community is massive for them. I know it really does affect their mental health. A lot of them look forward to it. They're sometimes harass you a little bit. When's the next one?
Hanging for it.
So they're keen as for it. So for me to see that they've got something to look forward to and really want to do it, I think it's uplifting and empowering for them. So it gives them some sort of purpose. So it's beneficial.
Yeah. Enough said. Thanks for sharing.
That's like me. I've been away for 10 days.
10 months.
And I've had, a few of the fellas, when's the next men's group? I'm just like,
check your phone.
Yeah. So it is. I know some of the, even some of the guys say that the only things they do to get outside their houses is the men's group.
Yeah.
And I've, some of the messages and feedback we've got saying like a lot of the men would be lost if it wasn't for the men's group.
Literally saving lives.
It's
crazy.
But yeah, so
it's kind of steered too a little bit. Like I remember years ago, everyone used to just turn up, have a feed, and kind of bounce straight after it. But now they're trying to hang around. There's a bit more structure behind it. There's a bit more purpose. And I think that, like both of you have put more thought into it. You've added, culture, and also implementing mental health tools like the workshops that we've done, the cultural stuff with clapsticks, going on country, and that stuff like that. So
yeah,
I feel like the men are going, look, there's actually a reason for the men's group. It's not just to get together and talk shit. You get something out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing the practices that, normally you wouldn't do.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't even know where to start.
No.
Well, it's hard to bring culture back and saying that, but like as much as times are changing, we're slowly doing it and slowly revitalising those practices. So, well, thanks to you, Ryan.
Not me, mate.
Oh, I feel it.
Men's group's not mine. It's
ours. It's ours.
We need that quoted on. We need that here. Nah.
It's not Ryan's men's group. It's ours.
You really actually put a lot of effort into some of those activities. We do some seriously cool shit in those groups. We were learning how to shoot arrows from a hunter. Like
hunter. Yeah.
He's a professional hunter. How cool is that? We still sucked at it. But,
hey, speak for yourself here.
Yeah, it's right. That's fair.
Wait, was that you that hit it or you?
No, it was pretty good. The bow.
Yeah.
So what did we do? We actually, so on the second day with Polish, we did the ice baths, journaling, the breath work, anger therapy, bow shooting.
I feel like the bow was done after the anger and that, and to be honest, it felt good. Just
releasing
So I think that was part of their plan. Whether if it wasn't, shout out.
Well, it wasn't because our group went before.
Yeah, but I think we had a lot of men there.
Yeah.
I think if it was structured how it was and we could all fit in that one room,
it'd be the anger then the archery. Yep.
Shoot some hogs. No, that's neat. So where are you back off to now when you leave us here?
So I'll be heading back to Sydney. So I used to work for Roche Pharmaceutical. Yeah, so to be back in a normal office, I'll just probably sit there going, wondering there's no Kim saying a variety of usage of the word F. So I think it'll be a really weird, awkward week next week when I get back.
Back in the routine.
I'll be staring into blank space and just wondering, this place is too quiet. Where are the kids? Where's the noise? Where's the life? I feel like it will be like a black and white monochrome experience when I get back. So I'll be wearing this.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said before, we're always more than welcome to come back up the coast. We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm
pop in.
On all the social media feeds, I'm gonna look for an event.
Sure.
One of the men's group, I'm gonna come back out.
Yep.
Yeah. Gonna maybe sit in that ice bath with a bit more dignity next time.
You have to sit in that sauna too, just to warm up.
Oh yeah. Come to gym class properly instead of keep running away from it.
Be right out of it. Get there.
So since you've been working with us, what's some advice you'd give someone looking to do what you're doing?
Oh, first advice is to freaking do it. As in, if they were even thinking about it, is I was meant to come here to provide my specialist service and help you guys. But all of the secondees, there were 10 of us. Like every single one of us have just gained so much personally from it to the stage that, well, I'm not sure I did any good here compared to how much I have learned and expand as a person. Apart from just like learning, it's like one way I describe to, I think, my friends and colleagues were, I haven't felt so much for a very long time. Compared to this 5 weeks experience, we've been on country, really experience and feel and learn, appreciate what that means, and some of your way of living, etc. So, just basically do it. There's virtually nothing to worry about compared to what you will gain from this experience. Any concerns to say, I might offend someone. That's nothing like that. You just, I think you end up just becoming part of a mob that will be with you and behind you, for the rest of your life.
That's it. Part of the mob now. Uncle Erwin.
Earn the shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
Leaving Prince.
Sure.
How about you, Brett? What's some advice you'd give to someone looking to be a part of the men's group?
Just turn up and be yourself.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel comfortable, connect to one of the workers. We're here with open arms, and like Ellen said, you slot right in and you just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. If the first men's group's not the suitable cup of tea, you just try and come to the next one. Hopefully,
we're always
more welcome for that.
Always mixing it up, but in saying that, like, to keep up to date with our stuff on men's group, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook under Eleanor Duncan. So.
And we're on Instagram at Marguag, MA_GUWAG. And we're on Spotify and YouTube at the Commons Connection Project. You just want to shout yourselves out, fellas, or?
Oh, I don't want to shout myself out, but what about TikTok? I'm still waiting for those videos.
TikTok, nah, no TikTok yet.
YouTube, but we're on there too. Common Connection Project, we're on YouTube. But a couple pages coming up in the new year, stay tuned. Yeah. But come to our groups if you're listening. Any mob out there, brothers, uncles, dads, nephews,
come be a
more
part
than
of
welcome.
It. How about you, Erwin? Where can people find you? You want to give yourself a shout out?
You
single?
Not particularly. Married with kid.
Man's taken
off the market.
I'm obliged to say that. Because this is going to go published. So they're happily married. All good. Quite hard to LinkedIn, Facebook. But why would you want to find me?
So if you want someone to come there and change your organisation for the better, Erwin's your man. He's
the man to do it.
Yeah, if you need the science nerd power, that's kind of what I can offer.
Well, thanks for joining us on the show, brothers. We appreciate your insight and your contribution to the men's group and everything you've done.
The podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Done today, Narrabine.
See you all soon.